Hi, I'm Erik Voss, and Frozen 2 has a new trailer out that follows up the 2013 first film, and we gotta talk about this because this sequel looks pretty intense. It's like Disney said, hey, remember everyone's favorite scene in Frozen when the parents drowned? Let's make a whole movie with that vibe. But this time, Elsa avenges and makes the waves pay. I freaking love this trailer. So I'm gonna break it down, frame by frame, for all the interesting details that you might have missed. And spoiler warning, because I might accidentally predict big parts of the movie, I don't wanna ruin your life. Okay, let's start with this footage of Elsa on the beach. Yeah, Disney animators have really outdone themselves, because I think we're all thinking, hold on, that's a real beach. That's a real Elsa cosplayer standing on it. Well, maybe not that good. But the attention to detail that the animators have put into the crashing waves is the same level of detail that they put into Elsa's character design and facial expressions. Like, you'll notice that there's no dialogue at all in this trailer. No one says anything. But we get so much information just from the physicality of the characters. Elsa appears to be trying to break free from this beach, out onto the open water, cross over that one huge wave, just like Moana attempted to do, or Tom Hanks tried to do in Castaway.
Hold on! Hold on, Wilson!
Notice how at one point she makes it to this big rock, evoking another famous Disney princess, Ariel. But this image is the reverse. Ariel clung to the rock facing the land, hoping one day to be part of that world. Whereas Elsa here is clinging to the rock to try to escape that land. Perhaps Elsa is trying to break out because she was marooned or trapped on this beach. Based on other shots in the trailer, Anna appears to be in the same location. One theory is that the two sisters could be in search of their parents, who supposedly died at sea. But there was that crazy rumor that the parents didn't actually die. Like the Frozen directors joked in a Reddit AMA that the parents washed up on a jungle island, had a baby boy, and then got eaten by a leopard, establishing, I guess, Tarzan as Elsa and Anna's brother? But again, this was just a joke. It was debunked. Not much has been confirmed about the plot of Frozen 2, other than that the two sisters will embark on an adventure that takes them to another land far from the kingdom of Arendelle. And I think that other land is someplace else. More on that later. But a few little details with Elsa. Notice how she gives the slightest little nod, and then later a sigh as she ties her hair back. And then after she fails, she shakes it off with a little okay and a sniff. This is just some really impressive, subtle characterization, and it grounds us firmly with Elsa's effort here. I also love the animation that went into the freezing water as she steps on it. Kind of reminded me of Star-Lord running on Doctor Strange's spells in Infinity War. And if you listen closely, you can hear how they mixed in the sound of an icy, snowy crunch with each step. I also like how on the second attempt she uses a first ice chunk as a skimboard. All right, let's move on to the rest of the trailer piece by piece. Okay, here we see Anna finding these mysterious floating diamonds outside her home. We don't know what these are, but if you look closely at the official poster of the movie, these same diamonds appear. And notice how each of the four big ones have a different pattern or symbol. These different symbols show up in the diamonds that appear floating outside. Could these four symbols, along with the four sides and the four corners of the diamond shape, each correspond to the four seasons: spring, summer, autumn, winter? The first Frozen was set during the summertime. The short Frozen Fever was set during spring. The short OLAF'S Frozen Adventure was set in the winter. And Frozen 2 does appear to be set in the autumn. There's more to this theory, I'll get to it later in the video. But next we see Kristoff riding Sven the reindeer, apparently leading a whole pack of galloping reindeer. Maybe they're headed into battle, like a cavalry charge. And then there's Anna again in a location that looks similar to where Elsa was. She jumps from a far ledge to the other side, and before we see if she makes it, we move on to the next clip. Okay, this section finally shows us a brief glimpse of Olaf the snowman, trapped in this ring or heart of pink fire as Elsa extinguishes it with her ice. Perhaps the reason this trailer seems so dark is the absence of this guy. Maybe Olaf's on a bit of time out after that Frozen Adventure short played before Coco screenings, and some people were annoyed that it was running for too long. Really, I think this is the story of the darkness of this trailer. Disney wants to remind us that Frozen is more than just like fun, kid-friendly hijinks that we saw in those animated animated shorts. It's also a deeply powerful story with a cryptic mythology. That said, apparently Frozen 2 will also be a musical, with the Lopez's returning to write the songs. But the next we see a new character who stands beside these moving leaves, exposing this other guy hiding in a leaf pile. This could be the mystery role that actress Evan Rachel Wood was supposedly playing. Now, it's not clear if she's the one controlling these leaves, but someone has the magical ability to move these the way Elsa can control ice. Maybe it's an airbender rather than a leaf blower. But that brings me back to those 4 symbols that I talked about earlier. Maybe in addition to the seasons, they're connected to 4 magical individuals, each with an ability linked to a season. Like Elsa has the power of winter, maybe this girl has the power of fall, someone else could have the power of summer, of fire, and a 4th character could control the rains of spring. Maybe one of those April showers was the storm that killed their parents, and that squall was really a political assassination, murder. And whoever did it is now using waves to trap Elsa and Anna on this rocky shore. I don't know, just a thought, but before I move on, we see the full lineup. Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, Sven, and Olaf overlooking this kingdom of autumn. I assume this is the faraway land that the synopsis hinted that they would venture to. Actually, not long ago, there was a leaked image of a Russian calendar with a description of this moment from Frozen 2, saying that these characters were journeying far into the forest to know the truth about some ancient mystery of their kingdom. So perhaps Frozen 2 will feature Elsa getting to the heart of her powers, and she might be pulled to join a family of a different kind. Similar outcasts who each embody a different force of nature. But let's move on to this final part. Okay, and Autumn Leaf floats through the movie title, suggesting the new role that Autumn, and maybe a character who embodies the autumn season, could play in the story. And the final shot brings us back to this grim, dark tone, with Anna spotting some danger behind them, unsheathing Kristoff's sword and swinging it at the camera. And notice how she closes her eyes, as if she's afraid of this threat. Or maybe doing the Bird Box challenge. What do you think will be the major threat to Elsa and Anna here? Comment down below with your thoughts. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Erik Voss, and subscribe to New Rockstars on YouTube, and subscribe to the New Rockstars podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks for watching, and if you thought this Frozen 2 trailer was dark, what did you find out when in the movie this scene takes place? Yeah, kids, try letting that go.